Okay, so today I wanted to talk about Wolverine because genuinely I don't know. I've been playing this game since launch. I am GM2 right now, which was higher than 94% of the player base when I ranked up. It's either less or more, but that's still higher, right? So there's no way I should be getting to this point and having this question. But genuinely, as a tank player, how do I combat Wolverine? Because the problem isn't Wolverine the character. While I will say we don't have our own version of White Fox, where White Fox is anti-DPS support, there's no anti-Wolverine or anti-tank buster tank. My problem isn't the character, because as much as I don't like it, the counterplay, even though there's not much counterplay, it's all in what characters you choose. The problem is, how do I play against Wolverine on an enemy team? Right? Not in a 1v1. Because if I'm playing any character that's hypermobile, that's fine. But I was just playing a game, and I started on Penny. It was domination. I was like, okay, I can play a Penny game. They walk out with Hulk, Wolf, Spider-Man, Emma. It was Rocket, Luna. Yeah, that's all of them. Rocket and Luna. Their Rocket sat all the way in the back and just sprayed heals. Their Wolf and their Hulk just absolutely massacred the tanks, stunning us, pulling us away, grabbing us and kicking us, throwing their E. Emma was throwing her E on us the whole time. Emma was just pouring into us, while their Spider-Man and Luna's healing them up closer, so they can do damage more easily, and then their Spider-Man is harassing our supports. So genuinely, what am I supposed to play? I can't play Strange or Mag because I'm just going to get kidnapped or stunned or all of the above, and their melee is just going to hit through my shield. Pretty much the same thing for Doctor Strange, though I still tried because he's one of my top mains. I was like, I can't think of anything else. I might as well play this. And he didn't work the best, but he worked better than most other things. I played the Thing, and the problem with the Thing is Emma. Emma, I don't stop Wolverine from doing his percentage damage. I don't stop him from building rage. So he just walks at me and with the healing that's coming through, I can't do anything about it. And it'd be fine if we could just blast through it, just punch, 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 hopefully trying to make some progress there. But then there's the Spider-Man in my backline, and so my supports either die or they look away from me. And if they look away from me while there's a Hulk stunning us, a Wolverine grabbing us and just shredding us up close while being healed through collapse and the snowflake and other stuff, and the rocket's bounces, and an Emma just looking at us, there's not much I can do about that. Right? I don't know what to do about that. What do I do to counter that? Because Wolverine isn't like a problem character. I don't think Wolverine needs nerfs right now. I think he's a problem when put into a team comp, right? So, like, say, Devil Dinosaur. Devil Dinosaur is a problem, but is especially a problem when put in a team comp that doesn't really allow you to counter him. And let's say you play all dive. I mean, their team plays all dive, Devil Dino, and two supports. Maybe like two dive DPS or something, and then they just dive your DPS while trying to shoot the dino. Well, your tanks can't help with the dive because they're getting shredded by a dino. So, whoops, what about that? Your supports can't help because they're trying to keep their DPS alive and their tanks alive against the dino. So, the dinosaur is a problem because when put in situations, and those situations aren't hard to put the other team in, what do they play? The other team, I think, in my opinion, the only option is to match it. Like, that's all I can think of in that scenario. And against the Hulk, I was like, shoot, we play Emma. We started playing Emma Thing because neither of us play Hulk, neither of us play Wolverine. Our team wasn't really swapping to help us out because they're trying to help the supports because, well, we gotta help the supports. Our supports are dying to the Spider-Man, but I can't help the supports without letting them walk me down, right? So I'm very confused on how to counterplay Wolverine when he's in those scenarios, and they're not hard to put him in, right? Oh, let's say the best counter for Wolverine is Thing, and personally, I think that's the truth, but again, it's percentage damage on someone with not that much health. What do you do? Because let's say you play Thing, then they just play Punisher and Wolverine. Like, you can support the Wolverine by forcing their tanks to not be able to do anything about it, and it's not super hard from my experience. Right? Anytime I play with a wolf, I don't even think about the rest of their team. I'm gonna be so serious. I think about how can I best support this wolf, and I go, oh, well, they're playing Mag and Hulk. Well, we don't really worry about the Hulk. We play Thing or Rogue, so that way I can just run it down on the Mag the entire time, and they have essentially no tanks unless Hulk wants to frontline, but Hulk frontlining is pretty bad. So what do you do about it? Because even when I play with Wolf, like I just said, I don't think about counterplay. I think about running the tanks down. And I think it's a bad way to have the game, but honestly, what do you do about it without nerfing Wolverine? Because Wolverine doesn't need nerfed. He doesn't need it. It's not something that I'm calling for either. I don't think he needs a nerf, which is why it's a genuine question. What would you do? Because I was really hoping I could hit Celestial this season. Went on like a 3-game loss streak. All of them have Hulk, Wolf, or the combination of the two. Combination of the two is the worst. But, like, I don't know what to do about that stupid furry. Like, we don't have a white... Like, genuinely, I think White Fox is pretty balanced. She's great against Dive. She's great against Brawl. Really sucks against Poke. People are like, well, you can't do anything to her. Swap off the character. You're playing the wrong character. You're playing DPS? Your thing is to target supports? Okay, target the support on a different character. That's genuinely the solution. And there is nothing... Like... There is no tank for that, in my opinion. And it might be a different scenario because the support is in the back. The support doesn't really have to worry about the rest of the team, but the tank does. So even if there is an anti-Wolverine tank that I'm just too blind to see, it doesn't really matter because you are getting the brunt of the enemy team, whereas they're not getting the support. Like the White Fox versus White Fox argument. The support isn't getting the brunt of the enemy team. They just have to worry about themselves in that 1v1 and winning it fast enough that they can still help their team. That could be the problem that I'm seeing, but unless I get my team, because I never counterplay a wolf, right? I myself never counterplay a wolf. I run for my life, I hide, and I try not to be seen. Outside of those 3 things, I rely entirely on my DPS and my supports to save me when he grabs me and kill him as fast as possible. Or just keep him off of me. Because there's not much else that I can do. And not that I can't do anything about a wolf. I can't do anything about a wolf while doing things about the rest of the team. Because I have to play in order to counter their team. Not counter, but deal with the rest of their team. So honestly, if you have a solution, if you know of any way, anything that I'm not thinking of, let me know, because I don't think he needs a nerf. I just think it's a conversation that needs talked about because he's not played often enough to really talk about it. But yeah, that's about it. And I'll see you.